Hi, it's Dave Dobbins.
And I'm Lavila Kraft.
And welcome to Victory Videos. Thanks for joining us on our program today. We're going to take a look at the music and the ministry of Geoff Moore of Geoff Moore in the Distance.
It's nice to have him back on the program, isn't it?
It really is, because we had him on our program several years ago when we were at Ichthus.
Yeah, and he also did our special for the Christmas show too, didn't he?
That's right. It's very exciting. And we're also going to kind of look at what he's been doing recently, because his music has really kicked up over the last 3 years. He's been at it for about 10 years now.
Yeah, but since he's done that pop thing, you know, now he's a little bit more popular,
Very
right?
popular.
In the last few years.
So stay tuned. We're going to do have music videos today from Geoff Moore of the Distance, and also new stuff from Randy.
Yeah.
That's right. And also new videos from Margaret Becker.
Margaret Becker.
So.
Yeah.
Keep it right here. We're going to get
what's up?
started. That's right. Let's get going with a new video from Michael W. Smith, and this is called Colorblind. When he was on tour and concert in his first decade era.
Yeah,
and what's the other one?
Way back then.
Yeah, way back then.
And then we have a new one by Sandy Patty called Carry On.
Carry On.
Yeah, and this is a really great encourager too. This is a good one.
That's right. Check it out. 2 in a row on Victory Videos.
There's not a world of difference out in the world tonight. Between this world of people, red, yellow, black, or white. Instead of riding the rainbow of love, we still are fighting with prejudiced gloves of anger. There's something to blame, but nothing to gain. So why can't we be colorblind? You know we shouldn't be lived together.
same friends since I was a little kid. But this year, some of them started playing with these other kids. I guess there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's cool making new friends and all, but they weren't like us. They were, different. And I heard my big brother saying some pretty bad stuff about people like them. But they seemed pretty cool, and we had a pretty good time. So, well, maybe my brother doesn't know everything.
Hey, Carlos, come on, we need you.
Don't be afraid.
Be your friend.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Larry, this simple exercise can help you stay healthy, which keeps medical costs down.
But you gotta do it every day, Vince. Or you'll get out of shape fast.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
They're still around, and these diseases could be life-threatening if you don't protect your baby from them. Full protection takes around 5 visits for shots, starting by 2 months and ending by age 2. Ask if your baby is up to date on every visit to your doctor. Or if you don't have a doctor, call 1-800-232-2522 to find out where to get your baby shots. When it comes to immunization, your baby's counting on you.
Welcome back to Victory Videos. Today we're doing a special with Geoff Moore and Geoff Moore in the Distance. And boy, we're really glad to have him back on the program, aren't we, Dave?
We sure are, Lavilla.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about his writing ability? He's just something else, isn't he?
Well, the neat thing about Geoff Moore is his ability as a writer to take a subject matter like evolution and tell it in a way that makes you think. And he does it in such a creative way that you don't even realize that he's kind of changing
like he's
your mind.
teaching you something when you're not really realizing
That's right.
it.
So
Yeah.
when we caught up with him in Dayton, Ohio earlier this year, he sat down and told us what's been going on in his ministry. And we're going to take a look at that time with Geoff right now, followed by Evolution Redefined from his latest CD. Check it out.
It's so
Geoff
cool.
Moore. He is the funniest guy. Welcome to Victory Videos. I'm Dave Dobbins.
And I'm Lisa Lanham.
That's right, and you're in visiting for us. You're sort of our Lisa Gibbons when Lavilla's not around, right?
I guess that's what you tell me.
That's right. We're glad that you're here.
Well, thank you. I enjoy being here.
You're doing a great
I do.
job.
Well, thank you so much.
Who do we have on our program today?
Well, we have Geoff Moore on our program today.
All right. He was with us back around Christmas time, and there he is.
In fact, I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore in the Christmas show.
Yes,
Isn't
you
that
are. That's
amazing?
amazing. You just kind of came back
It's
just
that
to do
traveling thing. You can't
Yeah.
take all your clothes.
That's right.
this. Well, welcome.
Good to be here with y'all.
That's great. You've been on tour for a long time, and
Perpetually. Yeah.
well, let's kind of go back for those people who aren't familiar with Geoff Moore in the Distance. You started back in 1985. We probably started before that, but that's when you recorded Where Are the Other Nine? 9 projects since then, video deal, and just a lot of things have been happening. Well, what was in your heart when it all started, and how's it changed? When you kind of
let's
first
see,
got it
pretty
together.
much total confusion and chaos when it started. I really had no idea what I was doing. When I look back on it, it's like God must have really had his hand on it because
Sure he did.
I grew up in a non-musical home, came from a non-musical background, didn't know what I was doing when I got into Christian music. The Lord just kind of opened the doors, and I had never written a song, had hardly ever been in the studio, couldn't play an instrument, couldn't read music, nothing. I mean, it was, I was greenhorn city. So that's kind of where it began. I knew I had a desire to sing songs that really, in a relevant way, communicated the wonder of God's love for us, and to try and do it in a context for the young and young at heart. So that's kind of where it began.
That's cool. Well, we're going to watch Evolution Redefined. Really great. Tell us about this. Where'd the idea come from?
It came from a 17-year-old high school student, me. I was in biology class. I was a Christian in a public school, looking for a chance to make a stand for my faith, and it happened when I heard my teacher try and sell evolution as the truth, and so I quiver-kneed, stood up, and told them what I thought, and that was the first step to making a stand. That allowed me to make a stand for truth in a lot of different ways in the lives of my friends that I went to school with, including sharing the gospel with them. So that's where it came from, and so I got Mark Lowry's voice to come in and get back at that teacher that made fun of me for believing in creation.
Still around?
I don't know. I've lost track.
Video.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd love
Let's kind
it.
of send it in the mail. Let's check it out. Here's Geoff Moore in the Distance, and Evolution Redefined on Victory Videos. Wouldn't that be great to just send it out? Yeah.
Darwin first did the eminent service of arousing attention to the probability of all change in organic, as well as in the inorganic world, being the result of law and not of miraculous interposition. For all life is a continuum. All living things, despite their awesome diversity, are related to each other. And evolution is the term we give to that process by which the structure of plants and animals changes with the passage of time, thus accounting for the continuum.
I was staring through the blackboard, trying to keep from sleeping. Doing my very best to hear the subject they were teaching. When to my surprise, I couldn't believe my ears. This is what you look like back a million years. Your uncle was a monkey, was swinging through the trees. He lived on green bananas and his arms swung to his knees. He spoke with such conviction, it really made me think. Maybe my teacher, he's the missing link. He said, I believe in evolution. Ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies. It's the only possible solution. Big bang fiction, we factualize.
Therefore, Cro-Magnon, man.
It takes a lot of faith to say we're accidents of nature. But I believe we are the work of a loving creator. Now you can wait a million years, hope that nature does its part. But it only takes a moment for God to change your heart. That's why I believe in evolution. Changing of the heart, renewing of the mind. It's the only true solution. God is always working, changing lives. Changing lives. It's evolution redefined. I used to trust in natural selection. My survival's all I could see. My evolving to perfection, starting when God rescued me. I believe in evolution, changing of the heart, renewing of the mind. It's the only true solution. God is always working, changing lives. I believe in evolution, changing of the heart, renewing of the mind. It's the only true solution. It's evolution redefined. I believe in evolution, changing of the heart, renewing of the mind. It's the only true solution. God is always working, changing lives. I believe in evolution, changing of the heart, renewing of the mind. It's the only true solution. Evolution redefined.
Hey, welcome back to Victor Videos. How you like that? Geoff Moore and Evolution Redefined. Crazy stuff.
Don't you feel like you should be swinging from the rafters or something if you see that video?
That's right, that's right.
He's so much fun.
He is fun.
Hey, we got a fun guy coming up, too.
Who's coming up?
Randy Stonehill.
All right.
Now, he's been around for a while, too.
Randy Stonehill, yes.
But now this one, I hear, is a little mellower.
That's right.
Is
this
it?
Now that's right. This particular video, Lavilla, is a little more toned down. He left his record company, started his own record label called Street Level Artist, and he invited an old friend to come by on this record.
Oh, and let me see. I bet his name was Michael W. Smith.
Yeah, that's it.
I got that from somebody special.
Yeah. And he's with him on this song, and this is called In Jesus' Name, and they also will have highlights from Compassion International, where Michael W. and Randy were out in the field ministering to people in third world countries. So enjoy brand new stuff on Victory Videos. We always bring it to you right here every week.
Right here.
Randy Stonehill. And In Jesus' Name, check it out on Victory Videos.
Jesus' name. Some have built their glass cathedrals in His name. Others sacrificed their lives. Some may say, too few of us obey. In this work we're meant
My hero? Isaiah Thomas.
Kevin Costner.
Mr. Wong.
These are teachers, but to the kids they've reached, they're heroes.
My hero? Mrs. Wooten. If I don't get through to that child, who knows, maybe no one else will.
Teachers have the power to wake up young minds, to be heroes, to make a difference. Reach for that power. Teach. Find out how by calling 1-800-45-TEACH. Be a teacher. Be a hero.
That's my nephew Scruff reading that comic book.
Improving my mind.
Give me your magic zapper and I'll improve your mind.
Hey, that's me!
Look inside. It's about the adventures you have coming home from school.
Uh-oh.
It gives tips on what to do about bullies, finding drugs, or trouble on the bus. And it shows what happens to Scruff.
What happens? What happens?
You'll see. For your free copy, write McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652 and help me take a bite out of crime.
What happens? What happens?
What is it? Hi, Cincinnati, what?
I don't know.
Scott and Christine Dente, keep watching Victory videos.
Keep watching Victory videos.
I got it.
Ready?
Go.
Hey, Cincinnati, this is Out of the Gray.
Keep watching Victory videos.
Please.
October 1987. A small child is rescued from an abandoned well. No country comes to the aid of a child the way we do. Yet today, millions of children need our help, lost in an education system unable to prepare them for today's competitive world. Imagine if that same effort went into keeping the promise that every child gets the best education and has a future. Call 1-800-96-PROMISE for information on changing the schools in your community.
It may not look like it, but you're watching the future of the Earth pass by. Because many of these products are made from materials you've been recycling. But to keep recycling working, you need to buy products that say, made from recycled materials. For all those next in line, it would mean the world to them.
Welcome back to Victory Videos. Hey, we're doing the special with Geoff Moore of Geoff Moore in the Distance. And you know what, I've got to tell you, since I am the owner of not one, but two teenagers.
That's right.
I really respect his ministry because anybody who's got a heart for teens like he does is just wonderful in my book.
And the thing too, Lavilla, is that teens really need somebody that they can turn to, and a guy like Geoff Moore, his music is real appealing to teens, and he's got a real heart for them too.
Yes, he really does.
That's the important part. And we really see that in all of his videos and all of his songs. He's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
In this next segment, the
What
neat
about
thing, well, we're going to talk with Geoff when we met up with him in Dayton, but in this next segment, we're going to hear how he tells people about having Jesus as your friend.
As your friend?
Kind of a different way of looking at it.
Yeah, kind of like a relationship thing.
Yeah.
He writes a lot like that.
And then he also writes in this segment also a song about having life together as you're growing up, you know, out there playing in the mud and having fun, riding bikes with your friends down the street.
In the mud?
Yeah, in the mud. Just getting down in the mud. So let's check it out. It's Geoff Moore and our part 2 of our interview with a friend like you and Life Together on Victory Videos. Check it out.
And we're back to Victory Videos. We've got Geoff Moore with us today and talking about a lot of things with him. And we're going to talk to you first about some of the groups that you've toured with in the past. Whiteheart, Petra, any of those names ring a bell?
Yes, oh yes. Yeah, Whiteheart was the first group that ever took me on tour. They were kind enough to let me open for them right when my first album came out. All I had to do was load the truck and set up merchandise and, you know, pretty much any grunt labor that was available, I did. And then about a year or so, I guess about 2 years after that, I got involved with Petra, and I toured over a year with them. We played all over the world, and that was really the platform, I think, that gave us a real national exposure. And then we did, I guess our first headline tour was the Friend Like You tour.
Right.
And there we took a brand new group out with us, 2 brand new groups. One was called Audio Adrenaline, and one was called Two Hearts. And that's where, that was their first albums and first tour. Then let's see, as the spring leg of the Friend Like You tour, we had a group called Code of Ethics go out with us. And now, this tour, we've had Eric Champion opening for us. So it's really been fun. I hope to kind of return the favor to a few groups that that Whiteheart and Petra and DeGarmo and Key and some of them were kind enough to do for us.
Now, in '92 is when A Friend Like You came out, and it seemed like that really gave you the push or the jump. What do you think? What do you think made that happen in '92?
I think it was probably a new hairstyle more than anything. No. It was.
I'd say.
There's so many intangible things. I'd tell you, probably the thing that jumps to mind more than anything is just that song, A Friend Like You.
It's a great
there was
song.
something about that really connected with people, and still does. That album still sells very well here 3 years after it came out, and the only downside to it is when you play it in the show, a lot of times nobody's even looking at you. They're all looking one of their friends in the eye, singing it to each other. It's become a song that, in a really wonderful way, that has far surpassed what our artistry is about, and has really become a part of a lot of people's lives, which is what is really neat. And I think that's the thing that made just a lot more people aware of what we were doing, and gave us a platform to really build on.
Well, let's watch it.
Okay.
Geoff Moore in the Distance and A Friend Like You on
we
Victory
sing it?
Videos.
The Lone Ranger in Toronto.
Laurel and Hardy, Batman and Robin, it was Snoopy and Charlie. Friends through thick and thin, friends to the very end. I think you would agree. That's how it is for you and me. I want you to know I need you. I want you to know it's true. There's no way I'd make it without you. It's so good to know I've got a friend like you. I tell you it's black, but you see it white. You say go left, but I know it's right. No matter where we go, be it through the highs or lows, I will be by your side. 'Cause you and I are friends for life. I want you to know I need you. I want you to know it's true. There's no way I'd make it without you. It's so good to know I've got a friend like you. Through all of the laughter and tears, through all of the questions and fears, through all of the winning and losing and trying, I will be by your side. 'Cause you and I are friends for life. I want you to know I need you. I want you to know it's true. There's no way I'd make it without you. It's so good to know I've got a friend. I want you to know I need you. I want you to know it's true. There's no way I'd make it without you. It's so good to know I've got a friend like you. The Lone Ranger and Tonto, Laurel and Hardy, Batman and Robin, it was Snoopy and Charlie. Friends through thick and thin, friends to the very end. I think you would agree. That's how it is for you and me.
Welcome back to Victory Videos. Geoff Moore in the distance, and a friend like you. Like Hugh.
Like Hugh.
Like Hugh.
Who is
And
Hugh?
for, you know, I get asked this 9,000 times a day.
Okay.
So the two little boys in the video,
Yes.
the tallest one is
Who
my
are the
son,
little boys in the video?
Josh, and the little one is Stephen Curtis's son, Caleb. They're big buds. So.
They are cute.
Well, talk about that song kind of being kind of an anthem for you. Another song that has really touched my heart, and when it's all said and done.
Well, yeah, thank you. That's one of my very favorites. We happen to have a video on that will be out.
That's great.
And you know, it's one of those songs that I wrote the lyrics in about 20 minutes. You know, and I have songs that I work weeks on, refining and all this. And that's one that came briefly. The idea started a while back. I guess I was in a little town in Mississippi. We were doing a show, and I had a few minutes beforehand, and I took a walk. I'm kind of interested in history, and I walked through an old cemetery that was nearby from like pre-Civil War era, and I saw all these tombstones and the markers and everything from children to old people killed in the war, all kinds of stuff, and I just began thinking about their lives and their dreams, their accomplishments and hopes, and of all that, what was left of their lives, and that made me kind of think the same thing about me. It really made me commit to wanting to be about my Father's business. Hopefully that song is something that they can chisel in some
That's
granite
cool.
someday.
Very, very personal favorite. I really appreciate it a lot, and I think that really ties in very well as what we're going to talk about next. When you went ahead and became old in your first long form video called Life Together, and you went all the way out to the year 2044 and became an old dude and reflected back on what happened.
Yeah, it was pretty weird. It took 8 hours to put that makeup on, man. I sat in a chair for 8 hours while
That's a long time.
Because when you're this young and vibrant, it takes a little extra time to really pull it out.
Take us a lot longer, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, and it was a little sobering, actually, to look at that and to kind of spend. I mean, we took a lot of time filming that. You kind of get in that character. It makes you kind of think about time passing and really, want to, be about living lives of substance.
That's great. That's great. One final question. In that same context, how do you want to be remembered? What legacy does Geoff Moore want to leave?
Well, that's the reason I wrote When All's Said and Done, so you can just quote the lyrics, and I'll go get a sandwich. No, I hope that it's, I hope that people feel like we contributed good art to the world, art that was glorifying to God.
That's good.
That we wrote songs that were great musically and honest lyrically and biblically sound, and
that's great.
And more than anything, I hope I'm remembered as a good friend and as a guy that loves his wife and loves his children.
Well, it's good to have a friend like you.
Yeah,
we appreciate you very much. Let's watch Geoff Moore, and this is called Life Together on Victory Videos. Thanks for being with us, man.
You're welcome. God bless
you. All right. Let's see. Check it out.
To my mother, we were known as the gang. There was Bobby and Donnie and Laura and me. Yeah, one was a girl, but she didn't act that way. When we were together, we never were afraid. It showed me what it was to really be a friend. Didn't matter what you had, how you looked or what you said. We'd ride our bikes down the middle of the street. At the time
That's my dad. And that's Mom. Dad's got an idea. A way to get rid of all the grody garbage that's polluting the world. He's invented a big rocket ship to shoot all the garbage into outer space. Mom's not sure, but Dad says his invention will save the world.
There's an easier way to save the world. Recycle. For your free recycling action guide, write Recycle. Environmental Defense Fund, 257 Park Avenue South, New York, New York.
Children are the largest group of Americans living below the poverty line. They have to reach higher for what others take for granted. Healthcare, balanced meals, encouragement to learn. But with help early on, children in your community can gain the skills to get out from below the poverty line. It takes programs like Success by 6 and people like you to help them take the first step. Call to learn more. Change the world of a child, and you change the world.
Camera dude. Hello. We're over here.
Hello.
Hey, this is Audio Adrenaline. We're on tour right now with the Newsboys, and you're watching Victory Videos. So,
Videos. Yeah.
They have speech problems. That's why I do all the talking. And don't turn the channel.
If you can boil water, you can cook a meal for someone who can't. Your local volunteer center can show you how easy it is.
And welcome back to Victor Videos. We're talking about Geoff Moore, good friend of Stephen Curtis Chapman. Now, here's a guy who spent a lot of time writing with Stephen Curtis Chapman, songs together. They've been friends.
Buddies.
And, they're buddies.
They're buddies.
And really, they spend a lot of time with their families intermingling. Geoff visits Stephen at his house and likewise. So it's a real good camaraderie. Their songwriting has developed so much over the years. And Geoff's, I would say, has been a very, very big part of contributing to good songwriting in contemporary Christian music.
Yes.
And his stuff is real relationship-oriented, too. Don't you think, Lavila?
Yes, I do. And I really, really like the way they put their heads together on a lot of the songs that they've done, you know, because to hear both of them, I mean, we know that they're both very, very good writers, and you put those kind of minds together, and you know you're going to come up with a hit. It's just great.
Oh, and the neat thing, too, is they said that they spent a lot of time admonishing each other in the ministry.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if they go through hard times, they'll spend times talking about how the difficult times are in the business. So they've been good friends for each other.
So you think we should wrap it up?
Yeah, what's up?
Did you like that?
Yeah, that was good.
Well, hey, we got two videos coming up for you. We're going to see DOC with Wrapped Up. Should have been a Christmas song.
That's right.
Right. But then that's followed by a really neat one from Margaret Becker. Do you know what the name of that one is?
No, I don't.
You don't? It's Deep Calling Deep.
Deep Calling Deep, okay. And this is with Steve Taylor,
Go figure. Right. Steve Taylor, yeah, he helped with this one.
Check it out.
Yeah.
I'm tangled up in you. now. I've been touched by the master's hand. My friends may disagree, but he's alright with me. Because I've been set free. I'm simply out of my mind with the things you do. For sure that he can lead you to what you're looking
Thanks for joining us on today's Victory Videos. We hope you've enjoyed our Geoff Moore in the Distance special. It's Dave Dobbins on behalf of LaVilla Craft, and I thanking you for being with us this week. And don't forget to watch next week right here on Victory Videos. Until then, remember to love somebody today with the love of Jesus. We'll see you next time. Bye now.
I want you to know it's true.